110, District Court hallway.
Oh, she must have got the Swiss roll from there. So, did you see anything else?
No, I don't think so.
I see. Well, thanks for your cooperation. Oh, she got the Swiss roll from there, and that's when she was in the hallway.
Oh, it's nothing. Just doing my duty as a defender of the law.
That'll be all for now. I'll ask again if I have any other questions.
Anytime, Detective. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a few loose ends I have to tie up. What is that guy doing back there?
I don't know. Maybe he dropped his money. He wants to get a drink.
Oh, you're that new prosecutor Mr. Von Karma recommended, right? My name is Miles Edgworth, Your Honor.
And I'm Manfred von Karma's daughter, Franziska von Karma. I'm set to become the successor to my genius father any day now, Your Honor.
I see, Mr. New Prosecutor recommended by Von Karma. I bit my tongue. Are you alright, Your Honor?
Please feel free to refer to me as Miss von Karma, Your Honor. As for him, just Edgworth is fine.
Apparently somebody doesn't feel I'm worthy of a proper title. Oh, very well then. I shall call you Miss Von Karma and Mr. Prosecutor Edgworth. Your Honor, Mr. Edgworth is fine, sir. How about your earlier testimony? Yeah, what about it, Mr. Edgworth? I would like to ask you a few questions about what exactly you saw. Alright, after all, it's my duty to clarify my testimony as a defender of the law. I greatly appreciate your cooperation, Your Honor. Now, the first thing I will need to do is figure out that detective's exact movements.
Well, you can look at the poster here.
I could. Alright, what's going on about the justice poster? Oh my god.
He's making a most ridiculous-looking face.
That may be, but at least he doesn't look like someone who wouldn't tell a lie on purpose.
I suppose. But to a Von Karma, evidence is the only thing that carries any weight.
Of course. At any rate, this poster seems to be of no use to us right now. There are no signs that this fire extinguisher was used in the crime.
We can already tell from a distance, and why are you wasting your time examining it?
Because it was a thing I could look at, alright? Franziska, let's not try to rush absolute genius. Have you found any suspicious fingerprints, officer?
Nope. Just the fingerprints off those involved with the case, sir. I guess we'll know all of the players in this case then, huh?
It would appear that way, but I have a nagging feeling that we're missing someone. And I suspect that's what we're missing is hiding right here in this crime scene somewhere. What are you doing? Did you find something, officer?
I think there's a $5 bill back there. Come on, just a little more.
Is there no one working in this crime scene who isn't a total waste of living tissue?
Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be a single person we can be useful here.
It doesn't look like there's any contradictory left in this area.
I suppose not. Perhaps I should check somewhere else.
She wanted the one more dollar so she could get the Swiss roll because it's $6. It would appear that this vending machine sells snacks and various other foods.
Oh, it is $6.
Yeah.
Aww, did Gumshoe use his $5 to buy the kid the Swiss roll?
Oh my god, I think he did. Don't be a jerk in court like these beef jerks. One packet for $9. Defendant's fresh milk. Only half pint for $7.
I don't.
Cat.
Don't word it like that's a weird. Why would you?
Stay neutral as the Swiss do until the end of these. For $6. They're awfully overpriced.
It's a vending machine. What did you think? The lineup is simply awful. Period.
Speaking of snacks, I wonder if that Swiss roll the little girl dropped is from this vending machine.
I was wondering about that myself. Examine.
Stay neutral as the Swiss do until the end with these. To the end of what?
Don't worry about it. Then it hits Edgeworth. Oh no, she's studying abroad in Germany. Oh, she don't know yet. Well, I assume it means to the end of the trial. I suppose this means that one of us should eat these during a recess?
You can't eat during a trial, so I suppose the only time you can eat them is now, huh?
I wouldn't mind if you wanted to eat one now. They come in packs of 2 after all.
We're in the middle of an investigation. Besides, I don't have $6 on me.
If you want, we can pool our money and buy a pack together.
If I have to split it with you, then I don't want it.
Fuck. Do I have to look at all of these?
I don't know.
Alright. And then fresh milk. Why exactly is that supposed to mean?
You telling me they milked these defendants?
I don't know.
I bet it means that the milk is freshly milked by various defendants on trial right now.
No, I think it might mean that this was milked right here. No, I think it might mean that this was milked right here from the various defendants. What the fuck is this conversation?
Miles Edgworth, you can't possibly be serious.
Of course not. Orange juice for $9. Jesus Christ. If something's looking bad, blind your opposition with some OJ. Are they promoting violence?
Don't worry, my whip will still make sure anyone following this advice won't be for long.
Compared to the string of a whip, the sting of an orange juice might not be so bad. What the? This is the weirdest conversation. I guess we just have to spend the next like 10 minutes looking at a vending machine.
Yeah!
When you're in hot water, you might need a hot dog. Looks like the slogan was decided through a public contest. And the winner was Prosecutor Winston Payne.
What a pathetic slogan. No presence at all. Now, if it was up to me, it would read: if you leave matters in a Von Karma's hands, everyone in court will be found guilty dogs. Overruled!
This is like... I have a feeling they were like, how do we prove that they're siblings? Have the pettiest dialogue ever over a fucking vending machine. Don't be a jerk in court like these beef jerks. I see.
Miles Edgeworth, wouldn't you agree that it's a very clever pun?
You really think that they put that much effort into the product name?
Even a foolish fool can understand the foolish thinking of the fool who made it up.
I love this.
You're acting so foolishly that I got thoroughly mad, and now I'm utterly famished.
If you wanted a pack of these, all you had to do was ask like a normal person. I got a little special surprise. It's Daddy's credit card. Don't let the prosecution and the defense make you a ham sandwich out of you.
It sounds like it's directed at the ham of a judge.
Well, it certainly isn't directed at me. I can outmaneuver him any day. That's all. All right.
Anything else to look at with that, or just
that
the
was
products?
literally it. Ants.
Oh, wait, is it bugs?
Look at ants. Ants are hard at work.
Oh, they are
too.
ants.
It's a marvel that they can pick up such comparatively large objects to their size.
Well, if you want to carry the might of a Von Karma name and not be squished under it, you'd better work extra hard, just like these ants.
The same goes for you, Franziska. Ants. I can look outside, however I doubt the killer could have escaped through here. So tiny. But you know who could escape? An 8-year-old child! That's exactly what I was thinking.
Of course! This is the 3rd floor, after all.
It appears that the bars were installed on this to prevent people from falling out.
Bars? What bars?
Can you not see them from the vantage point? She's too small. I must remember not to bring up the taboo subject again. Her height! Tiny! Okay, I thought I could look at the bars. Is this gum? What is this? It's a pink colored piece of trash. Maybe rubber? Or is that her balloon?
Maybe.
I feel like I've seen something like this before.
Well, all I see is a piece of garbage. But you know, the fact that there's a literal running loose inside the courthouse is simply unforgivable.
It's not like it was me who littered.
Rubbish belongs in a rubbish bin. What's the matter?
I pricked myself on one of the cactus's needles. I didn't think the needles on this thing would be so sharp.
Well, what did you expect? Can you imagine how bad it would be if you were hit on the head with one of these? Anyway, this cactus seems to be unrelated to our case.
I feel like that's a reference.
I feel like it is.
Did someone get assaulted with a cactus in Ace Attorney and I forgot? Because I believe that this cactus sitting on this windowsill is completely unrelated.
Ace Attorney. Cactus.
Cactus!
Billy is a cactus formerly belonging to a cowboy-obsessed patrol officer. What?
Oh, okay, don't worry about it. Man got cactus thrown at him. I'm not too worried about it. Let's keep on moving. Keep on moving.
Yeah.
It's you.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at something. Oh? Well, then I'd look forward to your explanation on how exactly it is related.
Rubber balloon cactus pop. The dirt on this bench. It smells like some sort of sweet substance.
I can't believe there's someone going around dirtying the courthouse. For shame.
Oh, it's not dirt, it's chocolate. Calm down, Franziska. Now, take a good look. Doesn't the smudge look kind of like a handprint to you?
I suppose it could be.
Which means that perhaps we can lift the prints off the person who sullied this bench.
I see, and then we'll know the identity of our mystery slob.
You there, the lab technician. Could you please find out who this handprint belongs to?
Sir, yes, sir. I've got the results of the fingerprint analysis, sir.
And do we know who they belong to?
Sir, the fingerprints belong to Detective Gumshoe.
That son of a bitch! Oh, interesting. Huh! Strange! Good work, officer.
Odd! And there you have it.
Yes, I suppose so.
Now we know the identity of the person who dirtied the bench.
I still feel you and I will be using this information in very different ways. Anyway, crumbs down here.
What are these black speckles?
I believe it's a pile of ants eating away.
Oh, that detective. He claims that not a single ant slipped by him.
These are some fast-moving ants.
And yet there's a whole hill of them here.
What are you hitting me for?
As replacement for that pathetic detective.
Perhaps I should add this deduction to the detective's growing tab of pay cuts.
Anyway, I wonder what the ants are eating.
From the looks and sweet smell, it's pieces of cake and chocolate from a Swiss roll.
Miles Edgeworth? The courthouse is be kept pristine at all times.
It wasn't me that dropped the food on the ground!
The courthouse must be kept clean.
I think that's everything here.
I think so.
Probably. Okay. Alright. I can't look at the trash can. Let's talk to the judge. Your Honor, I'd like to ask you a few questions if you don't mind. Where were you at the time of the murder? Do you suspect me of something? No, nothing of the sort, Your Honor. Very well, you may continue with your testimony. Your Honor, it's your testimony, actually. Oh, I had no idea you were chasing me or my testimony. I'm beginning to sense that I might want to avoid being in a trial run by this judge. Oh, you poor child.
Oh, honey, you got a big storm coming.
Let's see here. Now then, how should I put this? When you get to be my age, you need to pay more frequent visits to the restroom. If you take a good you take a look through the window at the end of this hall, you'll see a small window. That is the window to the men's restroom. In other words, you can see clearly into the hallway from the men's restroom. When I was going into the restroom, that detective Gumshoe was here. Well, he was standing in front of the vending machine buying something from it. He bought the Swiss roll for Kay and then sat down.
Yeah.
Well, baby. However, and I couldn't believe when I was about to exit the restroom, there was not a soul in the hallway anymore. Your Honor,
I bet it's because he was sitting down.
it was because he was sitting down eating with Kay. If you could please calm down and explain it to me rationally. No, I'm really sorry. Please let me regain my composure. It was really suspicious. That's what my finely honed judge's intuition said. Although, well, until the court murders occurred, I just sort of brushed it off. Apparently, this judge doesn't understand the concept of staying calm. Alright, the restroom window. That's where this
I
goes.
wonder if you can really see the men's bathroom window from that one there.
You can. I'm looking at it right now. I'm sorry. I just the visual image in my head of like Edgworth just looking out the window and Francisca's just like trying to get up on the bench and like look through it, and it's like, that's what you get for being short. Being a little child.
I demand that you show me this view at once.
I suspect that her height is what's limiting her ability to see. It's probably all I'm going to find from His Honor. Mr. Edgworth, may I return to my other duties now? Yes. I'm sorry to have held you up. Thank you for your cooperation, Your Honor. Oh, anytime, Mr. Edgworth, anytime.
The judges in this country seem rather friendly.
Yes, if not a little wishy-washy. However, I heard that they are known to hand down very fair verdicts. Okay, I guess now we need to talk to Bad.
Yeah.
Detective Bad, I have something I wish to inquire about.
Hey, how about doing some actual work, you?
I wish to inquire into Detective Gumshoe's movements during the recess.
You're getting in the way of the investigation.
I have an order from Mr. Von Karma himself, plus I still hold investigative authority. So, I hear you were the one who called for Detective Gumshoe to come down here.
Faraday. That guy was just accused, you know? I just knew something was gonna happen. My detective's instinct told me. A lot of good it did you. You couldn't even protect one lone prosecutor with it.
Francisca, I think you need to apologize.
Ah! I am sorry.
I'm terribly sorry, Detective Bad. Please continue.
I used a phone on the first floor and called the precinct. Told them to send somebody over. That detective's the one that showed up.
And only upon his arrival did you set Detective Gumshoe to stand guard, Detective Bad.
Yeah, I waited for him on the first floor. After we got here, we came up to these defended lobbies together. As we entered this hallway, we ran into you. She told us that Faraday was really mad.
You think they have the same problem that they have with, like, you, Narukami, where it's like, you, not you, but, you know, you.
Maybe. And that he dragged Rill off to lobby number 2 to have a word or something. And that Faraday had said not to let anyone interrupt them. So what choice did I have? All I could do was tell the big lug to stand guard outside.
Around what time did all of that take place?
Let's see. I think it was about 30 minutes before I heard the gunshot.
That lines up with Yu's testimony.
After giving the big lug his assignment, he never left the hallway, not once. Oh, and how can you make such a claim? One of the guards on this floor's main lobby swore he didn't.
If the detective never left the hallway, then where did he disappear off to?
That's simple.
To murder!
He must have gone into lobby number 2, just as I suspected. You and I, we were in lobby number 1 next door.
No, we weren't. Oh, wait, no, you mean... Oh, my bad.
The only one without an alibi is Gumshoe.
What about the gunshot? Detective Bad, you also heard the gunshot, did you not?
Yeah. I heard it when I was in defendant lobby number 1. That's why I came running towards lobby number 2 together with you.
How much time elapsed between you hearing the gunshot and your arrival on the scene?
Less than a minute.
What were your movements upon hearing the gunshot?
I grabbed the big lug who was just walking around in the hall. I'd raced into lobby number 2. And that's when we discovered the bodies. In that order. That makes you the discoverer of the crime scene, right? Yeah, I guess it does, little miss. I'm about to become a prosecutor very soon. You will treat me with the dignity I deserve, or else.
Go!
You wave that thing around anymore. And they'll have you arrested for obstruction, little miss. You wouldn't dare! Huh. Just joking. Gah!
Detective Bad is really something if he can make Francisca behave.
Are we about done?
Is there anything else I should ask him about? Oh, God. I'm gonna guess all of these.
Probably the
I'd
idea.
like for you to tell me the exact time you heard the gunshot.
It was around the end of the recess, and the trial was about to start again, I think. He was supposed to make time for himself to transfer the evidence he was holding. But I got the sense he wasn't going to show for the handoff. So I figured I should go get him, or he'd be late. And just as I thought that, bang! The sound of a gunshot hit my eardrums.
So you heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to restart, huh? Gotcha.
Are we done here? I don't have any time to waste. Oh, come on! All you're doing is standing in front of this door, doing nothing.
I get the sense that he is somewhat investigating this crime scene, or rather that he is keeping us under surveillance. But to what end? Detective Bad, may I ask that you cooperate? Fucking hell! May I ask that you cooperate with us for just a bit longer?
I don't have anything else to say. To the two of you. You guys were the ones who said you wanted to investigate in the first place. Fine then. Be obstinate. We'll do as we please. Come on, Miles.
You may no longer be willing to help us. However, may I ask for the forensic scientist's cooperation?
Do as you like.
Alright, I'm gonna just back away from that. Okay.
Oh, the cactus popped the balloon.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Which explains why there was a Pop heard. Because he heard a pop, not a gunshot.
Yeah.
Did no one actually hear a gunshot?
I wonder if they just heard the balloon.
Yeah. These bits of chocolate and cake, could they not have come from a Swiss roll?
A Swiss roll? Why would the courthouse sell a thing like that?
We just spent like 20 minutes looking at a vending machine, Francisca.
I like to ignore that happened.
I thought that was wonderful bonding time.
No, it wasn't. It never happened.
I may not seem like the right venue. However, it is being sold right over there.
The vending machine? Ah, I see. Stay neutral and Swiss stew until the end of these. 2 for $6. Talk about expensive.
Leaving the fact that it's on the expensive side aside, the fact that the cake crumbs and chocolate bits were found in this hallway, I suggest that they came from a Swiss roll that was purchased from this machine. I think I have a pretty clear picture of what happened here now. Oh, I couldn't even connect anything. Alright, that was all we needed to connect?
Naturally. After all, I'm here, aren't I?
Detective Gumshoe must have sat on this bench as he ate a Swiss roll. And as he ate, he dropped it on the floor and sullied the bench.
Ugh, how could he have not cleaned up after himself? How utterly despicable.
Don't you dare whip me again! It wasn't I who made the mess in the first place! So you put that thing down! Down, dog, down! Anyways, if it was indeed Detective Gumshoe who brought the Swiss roll, that creates a rather interesting contradiction of facts.
A contradiction? Where?
Man only had $5 on him. I think another look at the social courthouse vending machine is in order.
Oh, they split the Swiss roll together.
I know.
Oh.
Spot's somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold, because he only had $5 on him. Eureka! About Detective Gumshoe's finances, he said until this morning, he didn't even have a single penny on his personage.
Just how poor is that guy?
If his bonus really was only $5, then he should not have been able to purchase a pack of Swiss rolls. However, facts being as they are, we found cake crumbs on the floor.
Meaning Scruffy must have bought the pack somehow.
Indeed. A detective should not be able to purchase a pack, and yet he did. The question is how.
But you know how!
I know. Well, because they're still under the assumption there wasn't another person here, so they don't know yet.
But I know.
We know what happened. It's pretty clear right now. This pink rubbery substance, I saw this in a different form earlier today. I believe this is a piece of a popped balloon.
I suppose that's possible.
The balloon probably got a little too close to our friend, the windowsill cactus. Our good friend, Cactus.
That's
Honestly,
a logical conclusion, yes.
at this point, it's my only friend. My only friend, the cactus. I have no other friends. They do not exist.
God, you are pathetic.
I am! Investigation complete. Thank you! I believe I now have a very firm grasp of what happened here.
Ha! Well, I do too.
Alright, Francisca. Would you care to share what your conclusion has come to? Want to share with the class? Big old smart, gonna soon be a prosecutor? Come on, tell me.
Why should I do that? We're still in the middle of a competition, you know. We should be checking to see if your conclusions are wrong first. So you go ahead.
It's almost cute that she's going this far to ensure that she wins. Almost. Very well, but first we need to pay his honor a visit to correct his testimony.